All right, my name is Jackie Schneider, and I was in the live audience for Critical Discourse. I thought it was interesting to hear, like, kind of what they say, and also some of the things that I agree with, and a lot of things some of the things I didn't agree with. Particularly, I think one of the ones that kind of stuck out to me was talking about Ryan Spencer Reid's work, despite similarities to reality. Partly because I've got friends and family that are military, and she said that it seemed like that it seemed to I don't know if you call it packed with artwork. I agree to a certain extent, but I don't think it should be scaled back as much as they suggested, because it is a very emotional piece and a very emotional experience. I've only been through it once, and this is one of the artworks that I want to go to again. Particularly because when I went, there was a lot of people in line, and then there's probably still going to be a lot of people in line when I go again. But I feel like if less people around lets me kind of take in that experience more. And I did like that piece particularly, the progression from wartime to coming home. Again, that hits a lot of notes for me personally.
Yeah, I really agreed with what they had to say. I was really happy that they were giving good constructive criticism. I'm really glad that one particular person was like, I really feel like they need to constrict the amount of artists they have. There's just so much art that everybody's not going to have the opportunity to see it. So I felt like they should have limited that. And I felt like a lot of the pieces that were in the finalists, it was really disappointing. It was kind of crap that I could have done, that my little kid brother could have done. It's like, I kind of wished I could have saw something more extraordinary. Like that elephant piece last year, that's extraordinary. And I know for a fact, as an artist, it takes a lot of time and patience to do a drawing like that. So that's kind of like what my opinion and where my stance is about ArtPrize right now. But I really do enjoy it, and I think it's a great thing that they're doing.
I especially enjoyed the panelist named Patty, who was very forthcoming, very forthright in her assessment of the various pieces of art that were being judged and talked about. She really got the crowd to laugh a lot, and I think that was a good thing.
I really liked what they had to say, and I thought I felt like they were being very honest and not self-serving and educational. Honestly, I have to agree with them. As a sculptor myself, I didn't feel like they were really well sculpted. I don't know if that was the most important point, but that is still part of the installation. And I do think that they were a bit sensational, but interesting. Not awful, but I agreed with them because I did go look at those up, there. And you didn't have to get that close to not be too taken. I was kind of like the piece with the guns next to it more, as far as installation and construction and message and everything and depth and how it changed walking around it. To me, it seemed a little more complex.
I am really happy with how the commentary went tonight on my piece in particular, which is the artistic witness of Chelsea Manning's court-martial. I was happy to hear Mia, one of the critics, talk about the title for the piece, and she liked the title and that I was there at the court-martial giving an artistic witness. I was a witness of this historic case, and she acknowledged that this is history being made, so I was happy I got through to her with that title.
Because the one thing that really I kind of took away the most was the comment that the panelist Nicole Caruth, I believe her name was that she mentioned about division being sort of the elephant in the room, and that really resonated with me. I feel like there are times when it's I wonder I guess if there's been any sort of, or maybe we need to have more of a conversation about what it means to have all these people sort of descend on downtown, and the people who reside on the avenue on Hartside.
I enjoyed the panel. I know the one juror, especially Patty, was very outspoken, but also she nailed it on a few of the items, some of the pieces that I had some reservations about. And I'm an artist too. I struggle with being appreciated like everybody. And I'm getting a little bit better handle on it. I'm glad I came just because of that, knowing what jurors think is important with art. And the public is also, their feelings and their views count too. It's a tough one. The urban tumbleweed at Cathedral Square, the video and the actual tumbleweed sculpture, that is my top.
I'm Tony Hendrick. I'm an ArtPrize artist, and I felt that the comments that were made were really insightful and thoughtful, and I appreciated that level of contemplation on the work. And the thing I appreciated the most was the comment about needing better painting in ArtPrize. I felt that was lacking, and I felt I was disappointed in this jury selection for the 2D juror awards, because there was a lack of that kind of work, and it seemed to me more conceptually oriented as opposed to focusing on what the challenges are for a two-dimensional artist and what they, some of the, the approaches to handling 2D and in the quality of the work itself. So I was appreciative of her comment about painting. Something else I'd like to see explored more in work that's selected, especially by the jurors. I really appreciated last year the award going to Kyle Staver's painting, and what I see lacking is story. What's happening in the actual work itself? What's the story? What is it resonating on a deeper level in our unconscious mind? I think all of the work is reflection. Our reaction to it is a reflection of what's going on inside of us. It has nothing to do with the painting.
The panelists were right on button. They really laid it out on the public, and exactly like what they say yesterday. The third grade education of the public is changed to 5th grade. We're going to have to work towards the 12th grade. Next, ArtPrizes. But the panelists were just wonderful. Right on button. All perfect criticism and the praise, every which ways. But I see progression going on here. And this year, I think there is much more competition in a nicer way. But the voting, the public voting, as well as the juror, in the previous selections of 25, I thought there were only 2 good ones and 23 bad ones. So jurors need to really sharpen their pencils and minds before they come in here. It's just not a walk in the park. They better perform.
So I got to watch it on the big TV. I saw a couple good GMC truck ads. I saw a good commercial for Buffalo Wild Wings. And in the commercial breaks, I got to drink a big 2-liter of Diet Pepsi. All right, thanks guys.